everyone, this is Alicia from KuCoin. So today is International Women's Day, and I'm glad we could have our friends, 3 successful women, to join this panel. And I'll be the moderator for today's panel. So today's topic is building for Web3, overcoming barriers and improving perception. We're going to share some insights and guidance for people who are interested in becoming a builder of Web3. Hope you enjoy this discussion. So let's welcome today's panelists, Lou, head of KuCoin Labs, and Sarah, CEO and co-founder of GeoGem, and Melanie, CEO of Warm Protocols. So how about introduce yourself first so people could know more about you and your projects. Lou?
Sure. Thank you, Alicia. So this is Lou. It's really good to have all of you here, to be here with you during this International Women's Day. So this is Lou, head of KuCoin Labs. So I initially joined the industry with KuCoin back to 2019 after running through different projects inside KuCoin, including the testnet of KuCoin Community Chain. I started as head of KuCoin Labs doing incubation, investment, and research for KuCoin Labs on the primary market side. So this is really good to also have good projects who are working with KuCoin to join our discussion today, and looking forward. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, cool. And then Sarah.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much, Alicia, for planning this, and KuCoin, and Lou and Melanie. It's so nice to meet you. I am the CEO and co-founder of GeoGem, and GeoGem is a social platform that is powered by Web3, and it's decentralized, where you can earn and create together with your favorite creators. And it's really encompassing a new economy, which we like to call the fan economy. And I've been in crypto since about 2015 when I started mining Ethereum. And I just became completely fascinated by the opportunity that decentralization could have on social media and give power back to the fans and the creators.
Also, how about like other founders? Like where did you meet them?
Where did I meet my other founders?
Yeah.
So I have 2 co-founders, Justin and Sam, and I actually met them both because of the music industry, just being at music festivals. I actually met both of them at a music festival because we're all really super fans ourselves.
Cool. And Melanie?
Yes, again, also thanks for setting this up on this fabulous day, Women's Day. So yeah, I'm coming out of 20 years media marketing, mobile tech industry, and really started my Web3 exploration in 2016, first with Bitcoin, and then went down the rabbit hole. And since 18, I decided to also build in this space. I also went into the social fi space like Sarah, also because this is my background, being a film producer first, and creating a lot of content over many, many years myself. And then thought, there is a lot that can be improved and disrupted by utilizing Web3 and blockchain technology. And meanwhile, we have the Warm protocol, which stands for word of mouth protocol, developed already, integrated in 3 apps. And one app is kind of taking off, especially in the Web3 segment, because it is a creator marketplace for word of mouth recommendations, for community-based videos where creators are making videos about their most favorite Web3 projects, and where also projects and brands can utilize the content for education, for marketing, and for creating awareness. And we have meanwhile 120,000 users in the Bulls app. This is the app, the creator marketplace. And it's just beautiful to see that we are step by step now over the time that we are also on KuCoin, have seen now a step-by-step adoption of the product, which is nice.
Yeah, cool. I think you're gonna have lots of projects and other Web3 companies to help them to do the educational works, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. This is just nice, now to see our creator base is growing, and it is really helping more and more Web3 projects to carve the narrative and to get the word out, about what they are building. And it's just really community-driven marketing. And this is, I think, where Web3 is taking over. And from Web3, where everything is already around community and really creating your first adopters and taking it from there to mass adoption, hopefully in the future, this can then be applicable for even Web2 and lifestyle and all the other industries. At the end, I think, marketing should be in the hands of your product-loving customers, no matter if you're creating fashion or music or Web3 NFT projects, DeFi projects.
Everyday life, right?
Yes, it should be in the hands of the community.
Yeah. Okay, so let's so we have 4 topics today, and the first one will be about the ecosystem. So the current state of Web3 ecosystem and the opportunities for developers and for everyone in this industry. I think Lou is the best person to share with us, right?
Yeah, probably. So as I'm working mostly on the primary market side, we're seeing a lot of projects, a lot of startups, a lot of very 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 free developers just gathering together, building multiple projects together, and in fact we're seeing a lot of opportunities. Probably a lot of people would say, during the bear market right now, it's difficult to build blah blah blah. But for us as investor, as incubator, it's the best chance to take your time and really to work on a perfect-ish product. So as I was traveling to Denver last month. So by the end of last month, so we're actually seeing like hundreds of developers. They're building a lot of toolings, a lot of infrastructure around DeFi and NFTs, and I guess it's still a very niche market that we are working in. So for entrepreneurs, of course, the most important thing is to still have that great idea, to gather people to work with you, to work for you, to form partnerships, to have to pitch different investors like all around the world. And it's still the time, because I mean, from what I see, old investors that I've been discussing with, they are just waiting. They're waiting for the best projects of the next round. So yeah, it's obviously a good opportunity still, and for developers especially. I guess from as I was talking about Denver, I'd say there are more and more developers each year, and younger every year. Like the youngest one is like 12 this year, and they are developing a crazy project. So as I said, in terms of vertical, I've seen a lot of toolings around DeFi and infrastructure around NFT, because we all know that during the last rounds, DeFi and NFT obviously had their bubbles, and as the market calm down, we'll need to build more infrastructure, because we know that that's the because the market is still very young. The whole industry is still very young, and since we are so much technology driven, we have to work on that more than anything else. I mean, that's the core of everything here. So I'd say it's still time, and there are a lot of opportunities. And obviously this year people are looking at probably more down to the earth, tangible infrastructure or tooling style of projects. But still, I'd say in terms of application, I didn't see a lot during East Denver, but with a lot of our I'd say partnerships with different VCs. We do share a lot of deal flows together, and we're still looking at a lot of application. It's just that probably the market, I'd say, trust is not here yet. So a lot of projects are application projects. They are still trying to engage their community, engage different regions. I'd say. Traders or users, just with their how to say with their community events. So still, community I think is one of the most crucial point still to tackle into if you are entrepreneur and you're developing an application, because if you want to survive the winter, you'll need to get people engaged, get people surround your project like surrounding a fire, right? So yeah, I guess that's roughly my idea around this topic.
Yeah, so I think we still the whole industry, like the blockchain things and also the cryptocurrency. I think the whole industry is still very young, and we are also lacking of like lots of infrastructures. So what do you think? Like, what's the biggest challenge for those newcomers? Like, what stopped them? Like, yeah. So, any thoughts about that?
Mhm. For the newcomers, it depends. If it's new dev or new entrepreneurs, I think the um, the the biggest challenge I'd say would be the trust in the market, because a lot of them are being shocked with the latest unfortunate events that
Mhm.
happen to the industry, and also especially on the regulatory side, I guess it's slowed down a lot of entrepreneurs that way, no matter that's in the US or in Asia or in Europe. I guess since we had a lot of hype lately during the last years, regulations are really looking at how we're building, why we're building, but the thing is they do not always have the details of all the practices that's been that people were already doing in this industry, and how would it be different, how it is logical that it's different than the traditional model. So I guess that's some regulatory challenge also on the entrepreneur side. And probably if there's any challenge in terms of users or traders or retail investors, I'd say it would be mostly to again, it's a subject of trust, since the market is down, and retailers sometimes it's even more difficult for them to get information. So it's still a challenge for all institutions like us to lower the threshold again and again, and try to educate them on what we're doing, why we're doing, why is the community important, what is a token, how to trade it, and how to stay safe. Actually, that's very important,
Yeah.
and to really give them that environment to join this industry. But still, yeah, it is a challenge currently, especially. Yeah.
So talk
Maybe
about like
some.
the community and from Web 2 to Web 3. I think Melanie got like so many experience to share to us, right?
Yeah, but also I have to send some good vibes here from Dubai, because what I have experienced now here especially in this region, yeah, is really an exploding, growing ecosystem, and really growing ecosystem of founders, also new founders that are coming here, that are basically setting up here the entities. We had, I think, here in the ecosystem in the last year, more than 1,400 or even 1,600, if I recall it correctly, companies in the Web3 space that have set up here now. And it's just events all the time. I was texted today, some founders said, hey, are you going to this event today? And there are always networking opportunities here. And I actually found that despite what happened last year, and it was definitely a downer, and I'm totally with you, Lou. I mean, it's a lot, we have to learn out of this, accidents and incidents there. But I would say the enthusiasm for this space, has not really slowed down. I mean, if we think what really happened last year, I'm actually surprised how strong the community came again, together and is saying, no, we are more than, what happened last year. We are really strong builders and legit and with the right mindset, to bring innovation to empower more people. And so I'm actually very positive by being here in the region. And I was just last week, not last week, the last days, actually on Monday, I was also in Saudi, for example, in Riyadh, and at an event. And it was also even there, a growing ecosystem of founders with amazing ideas and also investors that are supporting, where you would think, wow, this should be a more conservative market. But actually, they are really venturing in it. And so I'm currently, maybe because of all these things that are happening here, maybe I'm living a little bit in my UAE bubble or a Middle East bubble, but it's a thriving community here.
So Sarah, I think your project is doing a very good job to acquire those new users from Web2 world to the Web3 industry, right? So do you think, is there any like biggest challenge or something, or like everything just goes so smoothly?
No, there's so many challenges coming from the Web 2 world that there is, and coming from the Web 2 world, it's like, and then into Web 3, it's this huge transition that not only myself, but all founders have to go through when they enter the space. And that's what's really exciting, because it still is new and there's so many room for innovation and opportunity. There's just like, there's so much space and people and communities, just like Melanie was saying. And I mean, KuCoin Labs, Lou, like that was one of our biggest partners that we got right off the bat. And there's so many ecosystems that you can join and people to mentor you and help you through the process of that big transition from Web 2 to Web 3. But I would just say, to piggyback off what Lou said, of course, is trust. That's like a big thing. And we're definitely seeing that be maybe somewhat of a hurdle. But I think the most important thing and how to overcome that is it's much more about the utility and the technology that's surrounding what you're building as a founder. It's not just that we're a Web3 company. It's what does that mean for your particular company, and how is that getting you closer to your mission and vision? Because all of us are just using this technology as a cornerstone to help us amplify exactly what we're trying to do. And so if you just think about this is a technology that's going to help you build something truly incredible, I think it's really easy to overcome the challenges in the space.
Yeah. So, like, can I like know more about like what did you guys done to build a like more user friendly product, or did you try any other strategies that to attract more and more newcomers from like outside the Web3 world?
Yes, of course. So we have a social platform and it's built for a mainstream audience. That was something that was incredibly important to us, because we have partners like Machine Gun Kelly and Mariah Carey and world-class celebrities that are involved in the GeoJam family. And so their audience and their fan base is a mainstream audience. They definitely probably don't have MetaMask. They don't know how to set up a wallet. Most of them say, what's a seed phrase? Or they just don't know these different tools that some of us have experience using or have at least gone through the process of becoming like obsessive. I guess that eureka moment with Web3 and decentralization, many mainstream audiences don't have that. And so for our team, one of the most important things was building something that was simple and easy to use right off the bat. You could know nothing about crypto and come to the platform and you wouldn't even know that you're interacting with the blockchain. And that's like really unique to what we're building. And it's so really user experience from making it user friendly and being able to and even from a marketing perspective of just more displaying like what your company does and how it can help a consumer and your community rather than pushing like the technology aspects of it is really, I think, really important for a Web3 audience, for a mainstream audience to get their first step into Web3. And for us, we're trying to get the next 100 million people to own their first digital asset. And that all comes back down to the user experience. And I would encourage more founders to think more about the mainstream audience because that's how this industry completely grows.
Yeah, I can also just first congratulate you know how you have already proven that you can onboard these users and also celebrities. I also went down this a little bit the same route. We have educated a lot of top creators in the space, especially in the lifestyle segment, what is exactly Web3 and what is the crypto economy and how the crypto creator economy can really amplify and empower each other. And so we have run several creator houses in the US, in LA, also in Miami, also one in Dubai, where we have brought in lifestyle creators that have millions of reach. They were living in these houses, and while they were living there and co-creating content, we were using the time also to educate them. And we have done in these houses continuously educational events, basically every week, creator economy meets crypto economy events, where we have helped them, to understand exactly what is a wallet, what is a crypto exchange, why are there tokens, what are NFTs, why are things fluctuating? I mean, all the basics, basically, and have grown these, basically these creator economy events within these creator houses where they were living for over a couple of months, have grown these creator events from 12 creators to 20 to 50 to 200 to 2,000. And then out of all these events, a whole new Web3 conference was coming out called Superverse, that we have done last year here in Dubai and are planning currently the next one for end of this year for October. And I think education, it's always a question how to educate people, and how to create experiences and events to really help mainstream, to understand what this space is about and where the advantages are versus all the regular Web2 platforms.
I love it. Melanie, we do something very similar. We also have a creator house in Los Angeles. So I love what you're doing, and we definitely need to talk after this call.
Yes.
It's almost like a new ecosystem, right? I think like both of your projects are creating like more and more opportunities for those developers and those newcomers. Do you have any specific like strategy on to build a new ecosystem for everybody, Melanie?
I have to say the heaviest lifting, and I had previously various companies before, so I'm a serial entrepreneur, but to be very honest, the heaviest lifting is a protocol layer, because you're not only building one app, one platform. If you're
whole ecosystem, right?
It is a whole economy, that you have to build. You have so various participants, hopefully, in your economy. In our case, we have platforms, we have creators, we have also someone who's rating content, with rate to earn. And we have also the advertisers or the brands, no matter if they are Web3 projects or Web2 or lifestyle brands, that can access these new platforms and the protocol layer and say, wow, are there anywhere content creators that are already making content about my project, my product? And so it is really heavy lifting. This is, I think, the I totally underestimated it, how much it takes, to build a protocol layer with various platforms, various products, various participants. And so I think we still, have some years to go to grow it. But I'm actually currently excited. We are already on a good way. We already see the traction, the real product market fit, while we were working on this project already the last years.
Okay, so I'm also curious about can Lou, can you share more about, is there any specific angle or a specific focus that your team is interested in the new ecosystem of Web3 world?
Yeah. So as for us, this year especially, we're more and more focusing on incubation. We wanted to, get in touch with more and more, early entrepreneurs and try to help them since the very beginning. And I'll have to say, we are, more keen this year at looking at infrastructure level, how to say, builders, entrepreneurs, indeed. But the thing is, different how to say layers, builders, they are needing for different supports. Example is that, for example, we are supporting a layer 2 privacy protocol based in London. The thing is, as they are building a very infrastructure oriented product, they won't have that much time or energy or expertise actually in terms of marketing, business, go to market strategy, and partnership, community, etc. So actually it's a lot of struggle. Other than just building the product itself. So those are some angles that we're looking at helping them, let's say, in terms of doing mostly advisory, but also trying to find the good people to combine with those very good tech teams, so they could really have those help, have the manpower to support the whole project on the business level, and on the other hand, you have all those application level projects. As I was saying, some of them are already built like years ago, and they are just trying to survive the winter. Some of them are just building today, and it's even harder because investors sometimes, especially in this market, we're not looking at a lot of applications. So we're helping them with fundraising, with also how to change their roadmap, because there were as we say, unfortunate events happening that kind of has shaken, how to say, their roadmap. So we try to help them rebuild their roadmap, rebuild their tokenomics, trying to helping them find the good supporters, financially speaking and advisory speaking, to also try to tackle this angle. And so by the next bull run, we expect to have selected the most promising projects for the whole market. So that's how we're trying to tackle into it.
Yeah. So the next question is about the marketing and education. So what do you think about the role of marketing and education that to play in this industry, Melanie?
Yeah, I mean, it is, very important, to build an educational strategy basically into any product, into any product that is consumer facing. It's not so much for maybe a layer 1 or a layer 2. This, I think, is where KuCoin Labs, can really push the needle and push the project forward, because you have so many projects in your portfolio and so many insights due to the exchange. I think this is so helpful for any infrastructure project. And but in the application layer, especially when it's very consumer facing and when there is this, is it only dedicated to Web3 savvy users, or is it also tackling and looking out to onboard more Web2 users into the Web3 space? Then education is really key. And also education for corporates that are all now looking into the space and saying, how can we maneuver? And also the next level of investors. I know so many family offices, because I'm also, as I said, serial entrepreneur, and I have dealt with also very traditional investors previously, and they were all then calling me and saying, Melanie, can you go to my family office in Switzerland or somewhere and educate them? And so education is needed on, I would say, all levels, from governments, regulators. They also now are trying to learn and understand the technology better. And on the other hand, also on what educational approach do you need to incorporate in your product and into your business development and into your marketing strategy to really onboard more users. It's not only onboarding, it's really education, I think, goes hand in hand with the onboarding on the application layer.
Okay, I think everybody on social media is also helping us to educate to the mass market, right? So what do you think about this, Sarah?
Yeah, I think overall education is so incredibly important for so many different stakeholders in the entire the crypto economy and Web3. And it's just really important that we as founders and entrepreneurs utilize the tools that we have on social, on Twitter, on Telegram, on all of the different channels. I know for us, we're using Medium, we're writing Crypto Made Easy blogs, and then also just making materials that can be presented to, like what Melanie said, is to brands and mainstream companies to come on, and they need to be educated to even know if they want to dive into the space. And as well as creators are a big one. And we really do focus on creating these events and these different networking opportunities for all of our target audience, which is just pretty much everyone, especially college students and creators as well. And then brands, like for instance, we are partnered with Red Bull. And so that's a brand that we're educating constantly on the power of Web3 and more just consume those materials. And I mean, for us, we put together this like state of jam where we really educated on the product and the power of decentralization through our product and project that we're building right now. And so that was like a 45-minute panel, I guess you could say, that we put together with videos and all like a lot of our team members speaking. And I think there's just a lot of like fun and entertaining things that we can bring into marketing and education in the Web3 space.
Yeah. So, okay, Lou.
Yeah, just wanted to add on because I got a few examples here. Because as we say, marketing and community and education, those are things that turns around themselves like three pillars of everything actually around the project. And actually we have been seeing a lot of projects that are leveraging their own community to do their own education and to promote their own contents. And that's I think one of the ways that how to say, especially Web3 communities are formed, because how to say, people who are used to Web3 community are more keen to communicate and to contribute to those communities, and they know what they could do. For example, reading a white paper, writing it in different languages, just do the translation, or they could reading still a white paper, doing the light paper together, just in a small group, and publish it to the whole community. That's things that I've seen projects, their community doing it. Like of course it's initiated somehow by the how to say, community monitor, but it's how to say, very engaging, and it's educational, because people those community members will have to try to understand all the documents or the content that the team is actually putting in place, and then they need to produce something of their own and publish it to the public again. So it's creating content, it's educating people, and it's doing marketing, and it's leveraging the community. I think this is the synergy that we are seeing, especially in Web3 here. Yeah, I just wanted to add on that.
Yeah, I think everything like sounds so good. So let's talk about the future. What do you think? How we're gonna stay ahead of the curve in this rapidly evolving ecosystem? Like, how we're gonna keep us like moving forward?
How to survive the winter?
I actually also think that now it will be a very interesting year because the infrastructure, I mean, a lot of, layer ones are already doing an amazing job. Yeah, they have built a solid infrastructure that is already used by so many projects. Now all the app layer, the app layer is starting to grow. And with it, I think probably now in this year, we will already see probably a few games, hitting really mass adoption faster. Yeah, I think it will probably come out of the gaming segment, and I would say followed by the SocialFi segment for Sarah and myself. Yeah, but the gaming segment obviously has everything that is needed now to show product market fit. It has a very young user base, already kind of tech savvy, digital assets, and within, used in all of these or in different games are totally making sense. The younger generation is already doing it anyway on not Web3, but Web2 kind of platforms. Since many, many years. So there is, I think, a very, good crowd of understanding digital assets and technology in the gaming segment. And therefore, I'm very positive to see some very good use cases coming out of this year. And then, obviously, I mean, DeFi and is now, what we have seen also coming out of the incidents of last year. We see this, next level of DeFi, I think, coming in. And where else do I see the trends? Definitely, DAOs, I think, is something very interesting that will probably take a little bit longer till we really find the right mechanisms of how to, govern our new communities. I think human mankind has struggled basically since its existence, how to coordinate and govern and exchange value with each other in a meaningful and proper way over centuries. And now with DAOs, we still have to learn a lot how to improve DAOs, how to improve governance, and create systems that are fair, cannot be compromised, and really make us work nicely all together for a common mission and goal.
Yeah, how about you, Sarah?
Well, I'm just really excited for everything that's coming in the space. The winter allows so many people to just continue to build amazing products, tools, and infrastructure. And I know that's what
How
we've
you're
been doing.
gonna like stay ahead in the ecosystem?
How do you stay ahead? Yeah, so I mean, by building right now,
I think you guys are like a pioneer, right? But you're running faster and faster. Then, like, how you're gonna keep that?
keep the speed.
As a pioneer, right, in the ecosystem.
Yeah, I think it's all about just building amazing technology and continue to innovate. A big thing for us right now is we're integrating AI, and that is going to be like a huge release that we have coming up. And we're so excited because the way that we're integrating AI into our application is a way that hasn't really been done before in Web 2 nor in Web 3. And so I think it's all about just seeing the tools that you have in your toolbox, whether in Web3 and bringing on amazing partners or in other technology that's up and coming, and just continuously looking towards innovation and how you can make the user experience better so that we can get more and more people into this space.
Cool. So, like, talking about like AI, do you have any like use cases to combine with your project, Melanie? Because like everybody's talking about AI, right?
Absolutely, and I think especially in our case, as we are dealing already with a bigger content library, we have now more than 170,000 videos already accumulated in our library, and really utilizing the library, making it through AI easier also to recognize, what kind of products is someone talking about, for whom would this content be very interesting, etc. I mean, there are so many use cases, and we are also looking into all of this, and our team is already also working on some interesting integrations. But it's definitely AI has now changed our perception, I think, since ChatGPT was coming out. Everyone was then mind blown, how this new technology can really, answer our questions and help us really to improve our writing skills or our research skills in such an incredible and fast way. So I think AI is definitely leading currently the innovation space, and Web3 is, I would say, probably every founder in Web3 is currently checking out, okay, how can this technology be useful? But at the end, we always still need to see tech is still just tech. And as much there are so many talented engineers and developers out there, but at the end, tech also needs good intention, right? Tech can always be used for the good and the bad and the ugly. And so it is very important, that we, as, I think everyone who was pulled into the Web3 space was really pulled in by seeing, wow, this is a technology that can empower people and get basically power, what we are always talking about, power back to the people, because we have given up a lot of our rights, to our data, to, how valuable our energy and our attention is. And now it's very important that whatever tech we are utilizing, that we are reminding ourselves what brought us into this space, and using the tech with the right intention is also very important.
Yeah. Okay. So I think we just had a very great discussion. And do you have any thoughts you want to share more about to everybody? Or we're gonna end up this discussion?
Yeah,
I would
just wanted
say-
to. Oh, sorry. Please go on.
No, go ahead, Lou.
Okay. So yeah, just wanted to end on a positive note still, especially on the primary market side. Even though the secondary market seems like it's a little bit cold, I guess the message here from how to say an institutional investor is that people are still very resilient, no matter that's entrepreneurs or investors actually, and especially I guess we are accumulating as years goes by a lot of long-term builder holders, investors in this industry, and more people who are getting educated, getting at least interested at what all of us are doing. So mostly I think the overall, I'd say, vision that we could bring to this industry is very positive. And even with regulation, a lot of people are feeling fear, but I don't think regulation is a bad thing. On the contrary, actually, it means that first of all, Web3 counts as a very important how to industry in the on the global level already. And secondly, how to say, it means that governments are realizing how they could already leverage Web3 as technology, as tools in their governance, because it's very powerful. It's not only technology, is as I often share to people, Web3 is an ideology driven by technology, but first of all, it's an ideology. So it's like a social movement that governments could not avoid, and we could not avoid, because we are just people and we get to know new technologies, new information every day, especially with all the explosion of information on the internet, with all the young people that are coming after us. So I'd say very positive notes by the end of this session, and we need to stay resilient. As Sarah said, also just stay focused on what you're building, build the good product, and as Melanie said, have think about the good use that we can really do with those technologies. Yeah.
Sarah?
I would just say that although it's maybe winter right now, summer will always come, and it's an amazing time for women to get involved in Web3. And it's so nice to meet all of you guys, because happy Women's Day. And also it's just, this is an amazing time for women to get involved and start building in this space, because there are so many opportunities and room for growth. And I would love for women to be the ones leading the charge.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And it's also wonderful to see that, to KuCoin Labs and KuCoin as an exchange, that it also has so brilliant female leadership there and thought leadership. Yeah. I also have to say that now I'm with you since I think we're close to 2 years, with you. And I have always experienced, this team as a really very thoughtful team that is beyond now such an event that we are having here on the Women's Day, always trying to connect the right people to really be helpful. And so thanks again, for this panel today, for getting, to know each other a little bit more, and for being such great partners.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for your time. Thank you.
Thanks, Alicia.
Thank you. Bye.
Your time. Bye bye. Have a nice one.